Hello once again to all my channel subscribers and viewers. This is Doomslayer16 coming back to you with another PGR4 daily tournament. This was around Bark to the Sun in Tokyo and it was my 12th daily tournament win. As you can see, we're all in Dodge Viper Competition Coupes, which is a B-class car. And you may recognise Razdell up there in the orange and black from my 7th daily tournament win, but he doesn't feature as heavily in this one as he just got crashed out. Wee Joker, I mightn't have mentioned before, but he is in the grey or silver Dodge Viper, whatever way you look at it, in first place. He's quite competitive, but he can be a very dirty racer occasionally, so I try to avoid him as much as possible. As for the gentleman in fourth place, I have no idea who that was, but he's going to do quite something hilarious, really, and fly straight on into the wall. Of course, were this in real life, he'd currently be dead, but since this is PGR4, he can keep going with no damage whatsoever. So yes, as you can see, I'm trying to be quite smooth, slow and steady through the corners. Just getting used to the track, acclimatizing myself to the conditions. Of course, we are on ice at the minute, so it can be quite tricky, but we'll just manage as best as we can. As you can see, fighting quite hard for second place, and strangely, he lets me have the place. But, as you're about to see, it doesn't matter. I clip the inside wall, he clips me into the wall, and we're back where we started. So, starting lap 2 now. As you can see, Wee Joker is still leading the race quite comfortably at the moment, with whoever the guy in second is, me in third. I make, well, what could be called a characteristic error by now. As we know, I am inconsistently brilliant, but brilliantly inconsistent at PGR4. And I'm chasing them down as hard as I can again. It is a lot more difficult this time considering there's a larger gap, but I'm trying to keep it as smooth as possible. As you can see, Razdell's car is faded out, meaning that he has already quit the race. Now, trying to chase up to these guys was a lot more difficult whenever I was doing it than I thought it would be. I was taking the corners probably slower than I could have been, but a bit of wall riding there. Of course, never bothered working that out because, well, he ended up closer to me than he did before he went into the corner, but sure, I hit the wall and let him have a bit of that gap back. Alright, so we're coming up to the end of lap 2. Front 3 remain as they were, but I take that corner slightly better, despite raising the wall a little bit. Might have only lost me 4 or 5 miles an hour. And now we're closing right up again in second place. Bit of wheel spin coming off the rumble strips, but that could be expected. They're very slippery, especially on ice. Alright, this is probably the best corner that I did there anyway. And we're coming up behind him for second place again, hopefully. Slips up a little bit, still chasing rather hard. Just making sure to keep myself within touching distance should anything go wrong. As you can see, he gets a little out of shape, out and around him, and then Wee Joker gets out of shape and falls behind me in the second. So I'm now leading the race for the very first time, outbraking myself into the corner, but we managed to keep it under control. Back end doesn't skid out as much as it did there, but as you can see, we're doing our best. And of course, the gentleman now with the white and the blue stripes has somehow managed to find his way in the second place. Not quite sure how, but he did. And we're just going to do our best to keep on top of this as we come into the final lap. Alright, doing our best just to keep on top of it all. Of course, as you can see, the gentleman behind me made a bit of a slip up, but we'll let him off with that because I make a bit of a slip up here too. Still maintaining the gap rather nicely too, and just holding him off as best as possible. Ooh, a bit of an unsure entrance there anyway. Now, here we go. Here's my little friend with the white and blue stripes back again. And he's waiting for me. I try to get him out of the way, push him out to the side of the road, and run him off. And then as we can see, Wee Joker comes up behind me and makes one last ditch effort to nail me. Failed. So coming towards the last 2 corners of the 4th lap, I am leading the race with Wee Joker probably 4 or 5 seconds already behind me because of his ridiculous error. And there we are across the line. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this race. It was a lot of fun racing in it anyway. Should have featured a couple more people, would have made it a bit more interesting, but there you go. can't always get things the way we want them. Please feel free to rate and subscribe this video, and I'll hopefully be uploading some more soon.